Welcome to the final podcast for protecting intellectual property rights in software, a comprehensive guide. In the last episode, we will discuss business strategies, employee policies, and IP assignment agreements, importance and implementation, ensure employees assign IP rights for any creations developed during employment to the company, legal considerations, make agreements clear, fair, and enforceable, training and awareness, educating employees on IP protection, regularly train staff on the importance of IP and company policies, developing an IP-conscious culture, foster an environment where employees understand and respect IP rights. Case studies, effective employee IP policies. IBM, a culture of innovation and intellectual property management. Overview. IBM is renowned for its strong culture of innovation and intellectual property IP management. The company has been a leader in patent filings for decades and has established robust policies to ensure that employee inventions are protected and that IP is effectively managed. Key practices: patent incentive programs, invention disclosure process. IBM has a formal process for employees to disclose inventions. Employees are encouraged to submit invention disclosures, which are then reviewed by IP committees. Monetary incentives. IBM offers financial incentives to employees who submit invention disclosures and are awarded patents. This incentivizes innovation and ensures that valuable IP is captured. Recognition and awards. IBM recognizes and rewards employees for their contributions to the company's IP portfolio through various programs and awards, fostering a culture of innovation. Training and education. IP training programs. IBM provides comprehensive training programs on IP rights and policies to its employees. This includes understanding the importance of IP, how to identify potential inventions, and the process for protecting IP. Ongoing education. Regular workshops, seminars, and courses are offered to keep employees updated on IP policies and practices. This continuous education helps maintain a high level of IP awareness across the organization. IP management and strategy. Centralized IP management. IBM has a centralized IP management team responsible for overseeing the company's IP portfolio. This team works closely with business units to align IP strategy with business goals. IP audits and reviews. Regular audits and reviews of the IP portfolio are conducted to ensure that all valuable IP is protected and managed effectively. This helps in identifying gaps and opportunities for further innovation. IP strategy integration. IP strategy is integrated into the overall business strategy, ensuring that IP considerations are part of decision-making processes. This alignment ensures that IP is leveraged for competitive advantage. Confidentiality and trade secret protection. Non-disclosure agreements, NDAs. IBM requires employees to sign NDAs to protect confidential information and trade secrets. These agreements are critical in maintaining the confidentiality of proprietary information. Access controls. Strict access controls are implemented to ensure that only authorized personnel have access to sensitive information. This minimizes the risk of inadvertent disclosure or theft of trade secrets. Employee exit procedures. When employees leave the company, IBM conducts exit interviews and reminds them of their continuing obligations under NDAs and other agreements to protect the company's IP. Collaboration and open innovation. Collaborative innovation programs. IBM promotes collaborative innovation through partnerships with universities, research institutions, and other companies. These collaborations often include joint IP agreements to protect and manage jointly developed IP. Open source contributions. IBM actively participates in open source projects and has policies in place to manage IP related to open source contributions. This includes ensuring compliance with open source licenses and protecting proprietary innovations. Key takeaways: incentivizing innovation. Financial incentives and recognition programs encourage employees to contribute to the company's IP portfolio. Comprehensive training. Ongoing education and training programs ensure that employees are aware of IP policies and practices. Centralized management. A centralized IP management team helps align IP strategy with business goals and ensures effective oversight of the IP portfolio. Strong confidentiality measures, NDAs, access controls, and exit procedures protect confidential information and trade secrets. Collaborative approach. Collaborative innovation programs and open source contributions foster a culture of open innovation while protecting proprietary IP. Intel, protecting and leveraging intellectual property. Overview. Intel, a global leader in semiconductor technology, has a well-established IP culture that emphasizes the protection and strategic use of IP to drive innovation and maintain competitive advantage. Key practices: invention disclosure and patent filing, structured disclosure process. Intel has a structured process for employees to disclose inventions. This process includes submitting detailed invention disclosure forms that are reviewed by IP committees. Patent committees. Dedicated patent committees evaluate invention disclosures and decide on the filing of patent applications. These committees consist of experts from various technical fields who assess the novelty and potential value of inventions. Patent incentives. Intel offers monetary incentives and recognition to employees whose inventions are patented. This encourages employees to actively participate in the IP creation process. Employee IP education and awareness, IP training programs. Intel provides mandatory IP training programs for all employees, covering topics such as IP rights, the importance of patents, and the company's IP policies. Advanced IP workshops. Specialized workshops and seminars are offered to technical staff and researchers to deepen their understanding of IP and its strategic importance. IP awareness campaigns. Regular IP awareness campaigns are conducted to keep employees informed about IP-related developments and best practices. Confidentiality and trade secret management. Robust NDAs. Intel requires all employees to sign NDAs to protect trade secrets and confidential information. NDAs are also used in collaborations and partnerships to safeguard proprietary information. Access controls and security measures. Intel implements stringent access controls and security measures to protect sensitive information. This includes physical security measures and digital access controls to prevent unauthorized access. Trade secret audits. Regular audits are conducted to identify and protect trade secrets. This helps in maintaining a comprehensive inventory of trade secrets and ensures that appropriate protective measures are in place. IP management and strategy. Dedicated IP teams. Intel has dedicated IP management teams responsible for overseeing the company's IP portfolio and ensuring alignment with business objectives. These teams work closely with R&D and business units. IP portfolio management. Intel actively manages its IP portfolio through regular reviews and audits. This helps in identifying valuable IP assets, potential licensing opportunities, and areas for further innovation. Strategic IP licensing. Intel strategically licenses its IP to generate revenue and foster industry collaborations. This includes cross-licensing agreements with other technology companies to enhance innovation and market positioning. Innovation ecosystem. Collaborations and partnerships. Intel collaborates with universities, research institutions, and industry partners to drive innovation. These collaborations often involve joint IP agreements to protect and manage co-developed IP. Open innovation programs. Intel participates in open innovation programs and supports open-source projects. Policies are in place to ensure compliance with open-source licenses and to protect proprietary technologies. Key takeaways. Structured disclosure process. A well-defined invention disclosure and patent filing process ensures that valuable innovations are captured and protected. Comprehensive IP education. Mandatory training and advanced workshops keep employees informed about IP policies and practices, fostering a strong IP culture. Stringent confidentiality measures. NDAs, access controls, and trade secret audits protect sensitive information and trade secrets. Proactive IP management. Dedicated IP teams and regular portfolio reviews ensure that IP assets are aligned with business objectives and leveraged strategically. Collaborative innovation. Partnerships and open innovation programs drive technological advancements while protecting proprietary IP. Comparative analysis similarities, incentives and recognition. Both IBM and Intel offer incentives and recognition to employees for their contributions to the IP portfolio, encouraging innovation and participation. Comprehensive training. Both companies provide extensive training and education on IP policies and practices to ensure that employees understand the importance of IP protection. Confidentiality and trade secret protection. Strict confidentiality measures, including NDAs and access controls, are implemented by both companies to protect sensitive information. Collaborative approach. Collaborative innovation programs and partnerships are integral to both companies' strategies, allowing them to leverage external expertise while protecting their IP. Differences: centralized management versus dedicated teams. IBM uses a centralized IP management approach, while Intel has dedicated IP teams for different business units. Both approaches ensure effective IP management, but may vary in structure and implementation. Innovation ecosystem. Intel's focus on open innovation and participation in open-source projects is more pronounced, reflecting its strategic emphasis on collaborative technological advancements. Conclusion: the IP policies and practices of IBM and Intel highlight the critical importance of fostering a strong IP culture within an organization. By implementing structured disclosure processes, providing comprehensive IP education, and enforcing stringent confidentiality measures, these companies effectively protect and leverage their intellectual property. These practices not only drive innovation, but also ensure that valuable IP assets are aligned with business objectives and contribute to maintaining a competitive edge in the technology industry. Understanding and adopting these best practices can help other organizations enhance their IP management and foster a culture of innovation and protection. Monitoring and enforcement. Monitoring for infringement. Tools and techniques. Use software tools for code scanning, web monitoring, and market surveillance to detect potential infringements. Regular audits and surveillance. Conduct periodic audits to ensure compliance with IP policies. Enforcing IP rights: steps to take when infringement is detected. Issue cease and desist letters, negotiate settlements, or pursue litigation. Legal actions and case studies. Provide examples of successful enforcement, such as Adobe's actions against software pirates. Case studies. Successful IP enforcement. Microsoft: vigilant enforcement of software and trademarks. Overview: Microsoft is a global technology leader known for its proactive and aggressive approach to IP enforcement. The company has a comprehensive strategy to monitor and enforce its IP rights, including software piracy, trademark infringement, and patent violations. Key practices: software piracy prevention. Anti-piracy programs. Microsoft runs extensive anti-piracy programs to combat illegal distribution and use of its software. This includes public awareness campaigns, legal actions, and cooperation with law enforcement agencies. Windows Genuine Advantage, WGA. Microsoft implemented WGA to verify the authenticity of Windows installations. This program helps detect and deter the use of pirated copies by requiring validation before accessing updates and services. Trademark enforcement, monitoring, and legal action. Microsoft actively monitors the market for unauthorized use of its trademarks. The company takes legal action against entities that infringe on its brand, ensuring that consumers are not misled and the brand's integrity is maintained. High-profile cases. Examples include legal battles with Windows.com and Microsoft, where Microsoft successfully enforced its trademark rights, resulting in name changes and settlements. Patent litigation and licensing. Patent portfolio management. Microsoft manages a vast patent portfolio and uses it strategically to protect its technological innovations. The company engages in both defensive and offensive patent litigation to safeguard its IP. Licensing agreements. Microsoft frequently enters into licensing agreements with other companies, generating significant revenue and fostering industry collaborations. The company has leveraged its patents in areas such as Android device manufacturing, securing royalties from several manufacturers. Key cases: Microsoft v. Windows.com. Background: Windows.com developed a Linux-based operating system named Windows, which Microsoft argued was confusingly similar to its Windows trademark. Legal action: Microsoft filed a lawsuit claiming trademark infringement. Outcome: the case was settled with Windows.com agreeing to change its name to Linspire and making an undisclosed payment to Microsoft. This reinforced Microsoft's trademark rights and set a precedent for protecting brand identity. Microsoft v. Motorola Mobility, 2010. Background: Microsoft sued Motorola Mobility, owned by Google, for allegedly infringing several patents related to video compression, Wi-Fi technology, and more. Legal action: the lawsuit was part of a broader strategy to protect Microsoft's patents and secure licensing agreements with manufacturers of Android devices. Outcome: the case resulted in a mixed ruling, with some patents being upheld and others invalidated. Eventually, Microsoft and Motorola reached a settlement, and Microsoft secured licensing agreements with other Android manufacturers. Key takeaways. Comprehensive strategy. Microsoft's approach to IP enforcement is comprehensive, covering software piracy, trademarks, and patents. This ensures robust protection of its diverse IP assets. Proactive monitoring. Active monitoring and swift legal action help deter potential infringers and maintain the integrity of Microsoft's IP. Leveraging IP for revenue. Strategic licensing agreements and litigation outcomes contribute to significant revenue and strengthen Microsoft's market position. Apple. Protecting design and technological innovations. Overview. Apple is renowned for its innovative products and meticulous attention to design and technology. The company aggressively protects its IP, particularly its design patents, trademarks, and technological innovations. Key practices. Design patent enforcement. Vigilant monitoring. Apple closely monitors the market for products that infringe on its design patents, taking swift legal action against offenders. Iconic designs. The company has secured design patents for the unique look and feel of its products, including the iPhone and iPad, making these designs instantly recognizable and legally protected. Trademark protection. Brand integrity. Apple actively protects its trademarks, ensuring that its brand and product names are not used without authorization. Global enforcement. Apple enforces its trademark rights globally, often engaging in high-profile legal battles to prevent dilution and confusion. Technological patent enforcement. Patent portfolio management. Apple maintains a robust patent portfolio covering a wide range of technologies, from hardware innovations to software features. Litigation and licensing. The company engages in litigation to enforce its patents and negotiates licensing agreements to generate revenue and establish industry standards. Key cases. Apple v. Samsung 2011. Background. Apple sued Samsung, claiming that Samsung's smartphones and tablets infringed on Apple's design patents, utility patents, and trade dress related to the iPhone and iPad. Legal action. The lawsuit was filed in multiple countries, leading to a series of high-profile legal battles. Outcome. Apple won significant victories, including a $1 billion jury verdict in the United States, later reduced on appeal. The case highlighted the importance of design patents and set a precedent for protecting product design. Apple v. HTC 2010. Background. Apple filed a lawsuit against HTC, alleging that HTC's smartphones infringed on several of Apple's patents related to touchscreen technology and user interfaces. Legal action. The case was part of Apple's broader strategy to protect its technological innovations and assert its dominance in the smartphone market. Outcome. The legal battle resulted in a settlement, with HTC agreeing to pay licensing fees to Apple. This case reinforced Apple's patent rights and underscored the value of its technological innovations. Key takeaways. Aggressive protection. Apple's aggressive approach to protecting its design patents and technological innovations helps maintain its competitive edge and brand integrity. Global enforcement. By enforcing its IP rights globally, Apple ensures consistent protection and sets industry standards. High-profile litigation. Apple's involvement in high-profile litigation underscores the importance of IP enforcement in maintaining market leadership and protecting innovation. Nike. Enforcing trademarks and design patents. Overview. Nike, a leading global sportswear brand, has a strong IP enforcement strategy focused on protecting its trademarks, design patents, and other proprietary assets. The company's proactive approach helps safeguard its brand identity and innovative designs. Key practices. Trademark enforcement. Brand protection. Nike rigorously enforces its trademarks, including the iconic swoosh logo and the Just Do It slogan. The company monitors the market for unauthorized use and takes legal action against infringers. Customs collaboration. Nike collaborates with customs authorities worldwide to prevent counterfeit products from entering the market. This includes training customs officials to identify counterfeit goods. Design patent protection. Innovative designs. Nike secures design patents for its innovative footwear and apparel designs, ensuring legal protection for its unique product aesthetics. Litigation and settlements. The company engages in litigation to enforce its design patents and often reaches settlements with infringers to stop unauthorized production. Technology and utility patents. Technological innovations. Nike holds utility patents for its technological innovations in footwear, such as cushioning systems and materials. These patents are crucial for maintaining Nike's competitive edge. Strategic licensing. Nike licenses its patented technologies to other companies, generating revenue and expanding its market influence. Key cases: Nike v. Skechers, 2016. Background: Nike sued Skechers, alleging that Skechers' Skech Air line of shoes infringed on Nike's design patents related to its Air Max shoes. Legal action. The lawsuit focused on the design similarities between the two product lines, claiming that Skechers copied Nike's distinctive designs. Outcome: Nike obtained a preliminary injunction preventing Skechers from selling the infringing shoes. The case highlighted the importance of design patents in protecting innovative product designs. Nike v. Adidas, 2005. Background: Nike filed a lawsuit against Adidas, alleging that Adidas's Bounce shoes infringed on Nike's patents for cushioning technology. Legal action. The case involved multiple patents related to footwear technology and was part of an ongoing rivalry between the two companies. Outcome: the lawsuit was settled with a confidential agreement, likely involving licensing and cross-licensing of patents. This case demonstrated the strategic use of patent litigation to protect technological innovations. Key takeaways: comprehensive enforcement. Nike's comprehensive approach to IP enforcement, covering trademarks, design patents, and utility patents, ensures robust protection of its brand and innovations. Collaborative efforts. Collaboration with customs authorities and strategic litigation helps prevent counterfeiting and unauthorized use of Nike's IP. Maintaining competitive edge. By protecting its innovative designs and technologies, Nike maintains its competitive edge and reinforces its market position. Comparative analysis, similarities, proactive monitoring. All three companies, Microsoft, Apple, and Nike, actively monitor the market for IP infringements and take swift legal action against offenders. Comprehensive IP protection. Each company protects a wide range of IP assets, including trademarks, design patents, and technological patents, ensuring robust coverage. Global enforcement. These companies enforce their IP rights globally, demonstrating the importance of consistent protection across different markets. Differences. Focus areas. While Microsoft focuses heavily on software piracy and patent litigation, Apple emphasizes design patents and technological innovations. Nike places significant emphasis on protecting its brand and design patents in the sportswear industry. Litigation strategies. The litigation strategies vary, with Microsoft leveraging its patent portfolio for licensing revenue, Apple engaging in high-profile design patent litigation, and Nike combining trademark and design patent enforcement. Conclusion: the successful IP enforcement strategies of Microsoft, Apple, and Nike highlight the critical importance of proactive monitoring, comprehensive protection, and aggressive legal action in safeguarding intellectual property. By understanding and adopting these best practices, other companies can enhance their IP enforcement efforts, protect their innovations, and maintain a competitive edge in their respective industries. These case studies provide valuable insights into the effective management and enforcement of IP rights in the modern business landscape. Documentation. Maintaining detailed records. Importance for legal protection. Detailed records can be crucial evidence in IP disputes and are essential for compliance. Best practices and tools. Use version control, project management tools, and regular backups. Documenting development processes. Ensuring clear and detailed records. Maintain comprehensive documentation of development activities, design decisions, and code changes. Examples and templates. Provide templates for documenting meetings, code reviews, and design discussions. Case studies. Role of documentation in IP disputes. Oracle America Inc. v. Google Inc. Overview. The long-standing legal battle between Oracle and Google over the use of Java APIs in the Android operating system highlighted the critical role of documentation in IP disputes. The case revolved around whether Google's use of Oracle's Java APIs constituted copyright infringement and whether it was protected under the Fair Use Doctrine. Key issues. Documentation of API development. The case hinged on the specific implementation and usage of Java APIs, which required detailed technical documentation to understand the similarities and differences between Oracle's and Google's implementations. Internal communications, internal emails and memos from both Oracle and Google were scrutinized to determine the intent behind Google's use of Java APIs and whether it was a fair use. Role of documentation, technical documentation, API specifications, detailed documentation of the Java APIs, including their structure, sequence, and organization, was critical in assessing the scope of Oracle's copyright claims. Comparative analysis, documentation of how Google implemented the APIs in Android provided a basis for comparison, helping the court understand whether Google's implementation was transformative and thus potentially fair use. Internal emails and memos. Strategic intent. Internal communications were used to establish the strategic intent behind Google's decision to use Java APIs. Documents indicating Google's acknowledgement of potential legal risks and their consideration of alternatives played a significant role in the court's analysis. Outcome: Supreme Court ruling. The U.S. Supreme Court ultimately ruled in favor of Google, holding that its use of Java APIs in Android was a fair use. The detailed documentation of the technical aspects and internal deliberations helped the court understand the complexities involved and the transformative nature of Google's use. Key takeaways: detailed technical documentation. In complex IP disputes involving technology, detailed technical documentation is crucial for assessing the specific elements of the dispute. Internal communications. Documentation of internal discussions and strategic decisions can provide valuable context and evidence in determining the intent and impact of the alleged infringement. Apple Inc. v. Samsung Electronics Co. Ltd. Overview. The Apple v. Samsung case is one of the most high-profile design patent disputes in the tech industry. Apple accused Samsung of copying the design and user interface of its iPhone and iPad, leading to a series of lawsuits across multiple countries. Key issues. Design documentation. The case focused on design patents related to the look and feel of Apple's products. Detailed design documentation and comparisons between Apple's and Samsung's products were essential. Patent filings and prototypes. Documentation of Apple's patent filings, design prototypes, and development process played a critical role in establishing the originality and distinctiveness of Apple's designs. Role of documentation. Design patent documentation. Patent drawings and descriptions. Detailed drawings and descriptions in Apple's design patents were used to demonstrate the specific features protected by the patents. Prototype documentation. Documentation of the development process, including prototypes and design iterations, helped establish the originality of Apple's designs and their evolution over time. Comparative analysis. Product comparisons. Detailed comparisons of Apple's and Samsung's products, supported by visual documentation, highlighted the similarities and differences in design. This documentation was crucial in demonstrating Samsung's alleged infringement. Internal design memos, design philosophy. Internal memos and design philosophy documents from Apple provided insight into the company's design priorities and the distinctiveness of its design approach. Outcome: jury verdict. The jury awarded Apple over $1 billion in damages, later reduced on appeal, finding that Samsung had infringed on Apple's design patents. The detailed design documentation was instrumental in convincing the jury of the validity and infringement of Apple's patents. Key takeaways. Design documentation. In design patent disputes, detailed documentation of the design process, including prototypes and patent filings, is essential for establishing originality and infringement. Comparative analysis. Visual documentation and comparative analysis of the products in question can provide compelling evidence in design disputes. Waymo LLC v. Uber Technologies, Inc. Overview. The trade secret dispute between Waymo, a subsidiary of Alphabet, Inc., and Uber centered on allegations that a former Waymo engineer, Anthony Lewandowski, stole trade secrets related to self-driving car technology and used them at Uber. Key issues. Trade secret documentation. Waymo alleged that Lewandowski downloaded thousands of confidential files before leaving to start Otto, which was later acquired by Uber. Employee agreements and communications. Documentation of employment agreements, confidentiality obligations, and internal communications were critical in establishing the breach of duty and misappropriation of trade secrets. Role of documentation. Technical documentation. Trade secret files. The thousands of files downloaded by Lewandowski, including technical specifications, design documents, and proprietary algorithms, were central to Waymo's claims. Forensic analysis. Detailed forensic analysis and documentation of the file downloads provided evidence of the misappropriation. Employment and confidentiality agreements, non-disclosure agreements, NDAs. Documentation of Lewandowski's NDAs and employment agreements with Waymo helped establish his legal obligations to protect Waymo's trade secrets. Exit interviews and communications. Records of exit interviews and communications between Lewandowski and Uber provided evidence of the alleged conspiracy to use Waymo's trade secrets. Internal communications, strategic discussions, internal emails and messages between Uber executives and Lewandowski were scrutinized to determine the intent and knowledge of the trade secret misappropriation. Outcome: settlement. The case was settled with Uber agreeing to pay Waymo approximately $245 million in equity and to ensure that none of Waymo's proprietary information was used in Uber's self-driving technology. The detailed documentation of the trade secrets and the forensic evidence of the downloads were pivotal in reaching the settlement. Key takeaways. Forensic documentation. In trade secret disputes, detailed forensic documentation of misappropriated files can provide compelling evidence of wrongdoing. Employee agreements. Documentation of employment and confidentiality agreements is crucial in establishing legal obligations and breaches of duty. Nike Inc. v. Skechers USA Inc. Overview. Nike sued Skechers for allegedly infringing on its design patents and trade dress related to its footwear designs. The case focused on Skechers' use of similar designs in its competing products. Key issues. Design documentation. Detailed documentation of Nike's design patents and the development process of its footwear designs was essential to establish the originality and distinctiveness of its products. Comparative product analysis. Documentation comparing Nike's and Skechers' products was critical in demonstrating the alleged infringement. Role of documentation. Design, patent documentation, patent drawings and descriptions. Detailed drawings and descriptions in Nike's design patents were used to illustrate the specific features protected by the patents. Development records. Documentation of the design development process, including sketches, prototypes, and iterations, helped establish the originality and evolution of Nike's designs. Product comparisons. Side-by-side analysis. Detailed visual comparisons of Nike's and Skechers' products, supported by photographic documentation, highlighted the similarities and potential for consumer confusion. Market impact studies. Documentation of market impact studies provided evidence of the potential harm to Nike's brand and market share due to the alleged infringement. Internal design memos. Design philosophy. Internal design philosophy documents from Nike helped establish the distinctiveness of its design approach and the intentional copying by Skechers. Outcome. Preliminary injunction. Nike obtained a preliminary injunction preventing Skechers from selling the infringing shoes. The detailed design documentation and comparative analysis were crucial in convincing the court of the likelihood of infringement and the potential for consumer confusion. Key takeaways. Design development documentation. In design patent disputes, detailed documentation of the design development process and patent filings is essential for establishing originality and infringement. Comparative analysis. Visual documentation and comparative analysis of the products in question can provide compelling evidence of design infringement. Conclusion. These case studies illustrate the critical role of documentation in resolving IP disputes. Key lessons include detailed technical and design documentation. Comprehensive documentation of technical specifications, design processes, and development iterations is crucial in establishing the originality and distinctiveness of IP assets. Internal communications and agreements. Documentation of internal communications, strategic decisions, and employee agreements provides valuable context and evidence in determining intent and breaches of duty. Forensic analysis. In cases involving trade secret misappropriation, detailed forensic analysis and documentation of file downloads can provide compelling evidence of wrongdoing. Understanding the importance of thorough documentation can help companies better protect their IP assets and effectively navigate IP disputes. By maintaining detailed records and ensuring robust documentation practices, companies can strengthen their legal positions and improve their chances of successful IP enforcement.